Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing two layouts with you. One is going to be 8.5 by 11 and one is going to be 11 by 8.5. They will go in the same album and they will actually go right next to each other. It doesn't bother me at all because the size is so easy to turn the album and look at both layouts. Originally, I was going to do it as a double page layout, but it just didn't work out that way. So I ended up creating two layouts using the same collection. I have a newer Photoplay collection. This is a little boy collection. Let me see if I can remember the name of it. I know it came out recently. It's called Later Gator. It is still available online a few different places. I have an older photo play collection that's a little boy collection. This one here, the alphabet paper. Um, I don't remember the name of that one. That one is fairly old. I'm not sure if that one's still available. But this one here is the new Later Gator. I'm just bringing in the dark blue because one of the backgrounds is going to be that darker blue color. And then I will bring in one more piece of paper from my stash also, and I will show you that one when I get ready to use it. I'm going to actually use it for the cut file because it has all of the colors in it and it's a plaid. And it's from another little boy collection, I believe the construction one. And I just had it in my stash of photoplay papers. So I decided to use it since it matched a little bit better than the orange paper that is in this collection. So here's the darker blue paper that I'm going to use as a background, and I'm going to splatter white acrylic paint in the background. It's nothing fancy. I just splattered it around on the darker paper to help the photos pop a little bit more and to add a little bit more light to the background since it is so dark. But it's okay because they're jumping on a trampoline, and I figured the darker blue just went better with the trampoline photos. I've had these photos for quite a while printed of my younger son and my nephew playing out in the backyard, and I just couldn't figure out how I was going to do the layout or what collection. And then I remembered I had this collection, and as I started looking at it, I was like, this is perfect. I can use it for these photos. So that's what I went ahead and did. So as you can see, I've already backed the cut file, Backyard Antics. I believe that's from Peartree Cutfiles. And I just thought it was kind of fitting and cute with the boys just messing around on the trampoline and playing in the backyard. This was their favorite activity to do, was to go in the backyard and just go jump around and mess around on the trampoline. My sister and I used to share a house, so the two boys definitely grew up together and loved playing together. So we always enjoyed our time in the backyard. So here I have the first 3x4 photo, which is a portrait. I placed over there on the left-hand side, and then up at the top in the middle is the landscape photo of the two boys. And then there's one more smaller one that's a 2x3. And my nephew had thrown the ball and it had hit my son in the head just perfectly that I was able to get the shot. So I just think it's kind of funny. And like I said, this was something they did all the time. So I'm glad I have photos to show this because I really don't have a whole lot of photos of my older son playing with my sister's kids. And I'm kind of disappointed with that because at one point in time, we had four teenagers in the house. And yes, they fought and yes, they got along. So it would be kind of cool if we had photos of them, but we don't have very many photos of them all together. But the memories are definitely there. So down at the bottom, I put a little piece from the ephemera pack that says dirt, noise, and lots of toys, and then play all day. So up at the top, I put just go play, and the play I had cut from the cut apart sheet. There was one that said play, 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 and I cut one of the plays out and used it on the layout. Up at the top, the little banner that says yay, I just thought was kind of fitting. It just kind of matches with the, little backyard antics. And again, they're just playing around. And then over in the corner, I added another little circle that says, "You are the coolest." And I figured that could work either way. They could be talking to each other. And I like that one. And then over on the other littler photo, there's a little circle that says, "Oh, snap." And I just thought it was funny because the ball's hitting him in the head. And so basically, there's 3 circles in 3 different spots around the layout. So that is layout 1 complete. And I'm going to show a few close-ups. I'll show the layout, and then I will get started on the second layout. And like I said, the second layout is going to be an 8.5 by 10 portrait layout, or 8.5 by 11, not 10, 8.5 by 11. And it's going to have the 2 photos of my son just by himself. And I believe my nephew had gotten off the trampoline and went inside for something, and I just took a couple of photos of my son laying on the trampoline. So, again, just cute photos and pictures of him playing on the trampoline. So, here I just have a little, like, I believe it's 1 inch of the orange paper, and then like 2.5 inches of that star paper, which I love that star paper. I think it's kind of cool because it has kind of wonky stars, and then they're traced in black line around the color. But I definitely like that star paper. So here I have the 2 photos. One is matted in the blue paper, and then the other one is matted in a green, like alligator paper. And I'm just going to use a lot of the stickers and sayings that I like and make this one work for me. So it doesn't go exactly, let me find the layout, because up at the top it says all boy on that title piece, but instead of all boy, I changed it to happy boy because, I don't know. I don't like the saying boys will be boys, and I also don't like all boy usually. It's just not something I say. But happy boy, I definitely like, and he's definitely happy. He's just laying there on the trampoline, being happy. So I thought that was kind of cute. So I decided to change it to happy boy instead of all boy. And then now I am adding cool little dude to the next photo down. And I'm also adding the little alligator feet, um, just because I think they're cute. And again, just trying to use up the stickers and use what I can off of the sheet, and also use the papers that I have. I love the background paper that I used, which it almost looks like bubbles. And I figure it works perfectly for outdoor photos because it can also look like clouds. And then I added the little alligator because I thought he was cute. And I'm actually going to place the little skateboard underneath him. So it looks like the alligator is riding on the skateboard. And then I'll add that little blue piece that says, "See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile," which again, I just think is cute. And they're just fun photos. There's nothing special. There's not a real theme to them. They're just playing in the backyard. Here, I'm going to add a few little sequins that match. These are from like Christmas packs. They're not even like summer packs. I'm going to mix 2 of them together. And again, these are from Spiegelbaum scraps, so they're no longer available. But again, I just like mixing up the colors and using what I like. There was stars in one of them, little white stars, so I did pull 3 of those out and put those in each cluster along with 5 sequins in each cluster. And no rhyme or reason, the colors just matched, and it just adds a little something to the layout. So again, this layout is complete. So that's another layout done. And like I said, I just decided to do it as 2 layouts instead of a double page layout. And I really like the way that it turned out. So there you go. You can see the little happy boy stickers on there, and then the cool little dude. And then, like I said, the little alligator on the skateboard, which I think looks so cute. And so here's the two layouts together, and I will see you in tomorrow's video if you decide to come by. Tomorrow is acrylic stash busting. Bye!